Okay, hello and welcome back to another Road to Glory episode. Obviously with my team, we didn't get the Belgium Grand Prix, but luckily we still get it now. So, one's better than none, if you like. I am currently leading the championship, I believe, by a couple of points. So I'm hoping to extend that lead a little bit. But it is on Verstappen, and Verstappen, as you know, is very quick around here in the game. I think most of the times we've come here, he's ended up within the top three, even if he started like quite far back. So, a little bit worried about that, but I think it should be fine as long as we can set a decent qualifying lap. I went out quite early because there was a forecast for rain, and I've had it before where it's like started raining. So I just went out early, did one lap, got that done, just in the hopes that there was rain. Some people might get caught out, you know, like the first time I came here for my team, I think I ended up qualifying like P11 or something, or like P10, and this was before my car could even get like in the points properly, just because of the fact that it started raining. But we set a pretty good lap, P4. That will drop down to about P10 if it doesn't rain, which unfortunately it didn't, but it is now.
Once
so
again for today's
fun.
round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher in 1992. Spa-Francorchamps then, a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 right corners and 10 left corners, giving us a grand total of 19. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in these conditions, we won't be seeing anything like that today. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are 3 big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Lando Norris and Hamilton, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Gasly and Reed, Ocon, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Stroll, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Obviously, doing a no-stopper because it's a wet race, it's 11 laps. We're going to set 11.2 laps worth of fuel, which is about 25 kilos. So we'll do that. And I'm not going to lie, I'm very nervous. I don't like the rain here. The start is atrocious because the AI just try and dive down the inside. So we just have to try and be the ones to get that dive down the inside and have people follow us through and not have to try and follow people or get cut off by people. I've had it before many a time where, like before I started recording it all for YouTube, where I literally got like rammed into turn 1. I can't remember who it was. I think it was like Ocon. Just like I was turning in and he just slammed into the side of me as 2 people tried to go for a dive down the inside in turn 1. Which normally works here perfectly fine, but when it's wet, it really, really does not. But obviously, full wet conditions, everyone else will be on the full wet, so there probably won't be a change to inters, but it's possible. You never really know with this place what can happen. But anyways, without further ado, to 5 red lights. We are underway for the Belgium Grand Prix. We get an all-right start. Gasly throwing up hella water behind him. We're going to try and pull to the right-hand side of the track, right along the wall, along that edge, to go for a dive down the inside. We get bumped by Sainz then. His front right touching our front left. That's not too shabbily done. That's not proper English, but I don't really care. We've managed to go up to Eau Rouge and through Razion not being able to keep it on the track, but being able to keep it out of the wall, up into P6. And we did start P10. I was right in that. Hamilton so close behind. We're not really going to split up here unless people start pitting for inters. So it will be a very close race the whole time. You know, we will always have someone slipstream. We will always have some sort of caution to have to look out for. You know, people braking early, people braking late. But at the end of lap 1, we've managed to keep P6. Hamilton's up into P7. Verstappen with the fastest lap of just under 2 minutes. That shows how bad the conditions are. Obviously, it's a first lap, so it's pretty slow by about 6 seconds. But still, yeah, you can see. Obviously, I've changed my racing line. It was getting, the 3D one was getting really in my face, so I thought I'd turn it down to 2D. Very slippery. I'm really struggling in these conditions. But yeah, I turned it down to the 2D one because it was just getting in my face, and with the rain it was really annoying. And I get that it was always probably quite annoying for people watching sometimes, so I'll keep it at 2D for now. So hopefully that will make it a little bit better. But on lap 3 then, down the Kemmel Straights, getting the slipstream with Charles Leclerc ahead, we go for a dive down into Lecom, and we managed to get past riding the curb more than you could believe. But we managed to get that position completely legally. We don't cut him off. Good. We don't touch him.
Nice overtake.
And Jeff is pretty happy with it. Lap 3, we're right behind Perez then, into the bus stop. We're not going to be able to go for a move or anything. Norris ahead in P3, which is really good for the team. We have a red sector 1 and then a purple sector 2, a green sector 3, and set the fastest lap.
That's a new fastest lap of the race.
The holy trinity of sectors, red, green and purple to set the fastest. You don't see that happen too often, but we've done it, and hopefully we can keep it. Hopefully if the conditions keep getting worse, we will keep it.
The tyres are too hot. You need to cool them down. Find some standing water.
Jeff wanting me to do the thing you don't want to do in the wet conditions, which is drive through a puddle. Great, cheers Jeff. Could be a look to go onto the inters though, but I don't think we will. Lap 5 into the bus stop right behind Perez. Gonna go around the outside, it seems. He's got a bit of front wing damage, didn't realise. He touches our front right a little bit. We managed to get round about, just going wide in through turn 20. So we've lost a little bit of time ahead to Norris.
The car ahead is 1.8 seconds.
We can make it work with these wet conditions. We can make it work. The amount of ERS you just gain from just existing is great. Lap 7 then, purple sector 3. Dive down the inside into La Source. Just about making it around Norris through the inside. Very nicely done. Not losing any time there. Not wasting any time either. We saw an opportunity and we took it straight away. 7 laps done. Or 6 laps done. 5 to go. Up Eau Rouge and Radion. Still struggling, having to lift off. But on lap 8, down the Kemmel Straight, we go past Bottas. Shouldn't be much of a battle here into Lecom. We should just get through. Keep the position. All well and good. Purple sector 1 right behind Verstappen as well. Only 0.5. Obviously there is no DRS, but if there was, we would have it for the next time we go through a DRS zone. It's still lap 8. We're behind Verstappen, going down through into Blanchimont, and then the bus stop. We're going to pull off our throttle. You can see here just letting go the throttle a little bit, because we're going to try and go for a move down the inside of the bus stop, because we can't really lose time to the car ahead if the car ahead is no longer ahead. And there is now. We've made it past. We do go really, really badly through there, but we don't touch. We're perfectly fine. We're through.
Good job. Nice overtake.
We're up into P1 with 3 laps remaining, and we didn't lose any time because there is no one ahead. In fact, it allowed Norris to catch up. Talking of Norris then, yellow flag behind. He's going slowly. Whether he's hit a wall, spun or something, I'm really not too sure. Possibly a mechanical failure. That is something we might need to look into. Developing. Lando Norris out of the session, then that is really not good for the team. For those constructors' points. But we are still in P1 with the fastest lap. It's lap 10. We go through Lecom. Still really struggling with over and understeer. You can see here coming out of Lecom, we go over the track limits. Barely managing to keep the car straight. I don't know how we've done that. I don't know how we've managed to keep that car facing forward. But we've done it. we've kept the lead with a 1.6 second gap behind us, going down into the bus stop chicane for the final time this race. We have a warning about our engine. We will need to have a look at that. I'm hoping it's just like an ICE or something, so we haven't used any of them yet. And with a little bit of wheel spin, we go across the line in P1.
Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
Very nicely done. We started like P10, we gained 4 positions into turn 1, and we've just slowly been gaining those positions back. This is why I love the wet, man. Because I can actually do it. I can actually drive in the wet better than I can drive in the dry. I think I spin less in the wet. I can't lie. I'm not even kidding.
A resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
There you have it then, the 26 points of the 1 minute and 56.175 second lap. Norris, unfortunately, not getting any points. Verstappen, our championship rival, getting 18. I think that puts us up in the lead, or keeps us in the lead. We now have a 12-point gap with 4 races remaining. I think we have Italy, Brazil, I don't know what the other 2 are, to be honest. Maybe Mexico, I really don't know. But we're ahead. We're not ahead in the constructors yet. We're a couple of points behind that, but we can build that back if Norris doesn't have an issue. But for now, I think that's the end. Thank you for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.